like to do it. That's how you do it, there, man. You do it. That's how we doing it. We're going right into it. We're not no fumbling and bumbling tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. The Comic Call crew is in the building tonight. Look who is back after a long hiatus from parts unknown. Chris is in the building. You're on mute, brother.
There we go. All right. Yeah, I am back.
And I'm sitting here eating black-eyed peas, being black while we're out tonight. Puff is in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, fellas?
All right. So we got a lot to talk about tonight, depending on how you look at it. But we are going to switch things up a little bit tonight. And we're going to kick this off first, y'all. Let's roll. All right, we're going to start off with our cover price top 10 first. This is fresh. I hadn't had a chance to look at the list, so I have no idea what's on here. Number 10 on this list. No surprise this is even on the list.
Right.
Fantastic Four, number 67, first appearance of him. Him. Always, like I said, it's always good to see Silver Age on this list.
You think more of it will be on there the way they're developing TV shows and movies left and right?
This is true. All right. Spider-Man, number 8. No interest to me. Star
Not
Wars,
even a little bit.
Yep. Star Wars High Republic, Adventures, number 8. We got Fantastic Four, 211. This was on the list last week, I think, Sean. I think this was on the list last week.
Yep.
RuneScape, Untold Tales of God Wars, Free Comic Book Day 2023.
I saw it at Origins and didn't even worry about picking it up because I'm like, I ain't thought about RuneScape in easily 15, 20 years.
Obviously, they were thinking about it on this list.
Yeah,
man, somebody was.
Yeah, RuneScape, that is old stuff there. Spider-Man number 7 it won't leave the list, Sean. It will not go away. It's not going anywhere until the movie come out. Then it go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Spider-Man number 4. This is the homage for Secret War. No, not Secret War.
So the
It was Secret Wars 8.
yeah, it was Secret War. It was
Secret
Secret War.
Wars
The
8.
black, yeah,
Okay.
black suit. First appearance of the black suit Spider-Man Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Why is number 8? Why is this Spider-Man issue a key? Like number 7 was the one everybody wanted last month. Now
Because it's a variant. That's why. You know why.
just
Is it Rob Liefeld too? Deadpool? Jesus.
should look at the feet. That's all you got to do is if you're wondering, just look at his feet.
Tiny.
Here we go again. Spider-Man 8. Spider-Man 8. I mean, this
Look, the third time the 8th issue. Like,
yeah. Spider-Man 8. Star Wars number 34. It is Spider-Man 2 Gamerverse prequel promo. 2020.
That didn't have the Free Comic Book Day advertisement on it.
it didn't.
So some retailers were selling it because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And others was like, well, it came with all the free comics, so we're gonna put it out for free comics. And they only got like a limited amount of copies.
Right. Origins put theirs out. I got it when I went in, because I totally forgot about Free Comic Book Day until I woke up Saturday morning. But I went to Origins that Friday before and picked up this comic. It was up in the register. Like
How many did they have? Did they have quite a few of them up there?
yeah, they had a stack of them. Like nobody was that worried about it or anything.
Yeah.
At the time, anyway.
I think last week I said when I looked at my comic shop story on Instagram, and they sold the stacks of books, I only saw a little bit, like at least 20, and everybody else had higher stacks. So I'm like, oh shit,
Right.
that's gonna be a quick seller.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The Temptation everybody wanted. I ain't even read it. I bagged it and boarded it and put it in my stack to read. But the seeing how everybody is willing to
Pretty
pay
cool.
an arm and a leg for it, I'm tempted to just throw it on eBay and sell it. Like,
Be
Because
careful.
everybody apparently wants it.
You might be on this list tonight.
Yo,
all it takes is one. Ain't that what I always say?
Yeah, all it takes is one. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
$15,000 for this free comic book.
Yep. That's all it takes. It's just one. 9.8, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It's so interesting to me that Ultimate Fallout is still popping up like that. After everything that's happened with it. Like, it's still just...
Yeah. Preach, brother. Preach. Remote. Yeah, Fallout, man, is raw 575, man. You talking about a drop? I guess that's a drop to me.
That was a good character, no, but not $500 worth of good character.
I mean, if you're trying to grab that first appearance, that's about the lowest I've seen. If that's the actual, well, I'll have to see what the grade was on that. But that's about the lowest I've seen. Because I remember at one point this book was selling $1,200. It was way up there.
Yeah,
way up there at one point.
Too expensive for my taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Venom book always pop up, man.
I mean, it's the go-to book. See anything here that stand out? I know this was on this is actually on the other list. I think I saw that last night.
Really? Lethal Protector? The new Hellcat comic?
Archie versus the President.
Oh Lord.
How did that even remotely turn out okay for Archie and his group? Like,
Fallout.
I feel like Jughead would have been the first one to go.
So, Chef?
Chef.
I really do feel like Jughead was the first one to go down.
You go out like Billy.
Right.
I don't know what Jughead will present for Predator to take him down. He ain't gonna point no weapon at him, that's for sure.
Point a hamburger at him.
Hamburger.
I don't know. He might get feisty. Predator might try to stop him from getting a burger, and he throw them hands on him. Never know. What the? Why Rick on the cover of Walking Dead looking like Uncle Ben?
That's the last issue, wasn't it? Yep.
Second print, commemorative edition.
Yeah, out of curiosity, I just wanted to see why that was even on there. All right. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on to our CBS side. Top 10 courtesy House of Stein. Amazing Spider-Man number 25, 1 in 100. This is the Disney variant. $100.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah. Famous Funnies 213. This is about where it should be at right here. This is a classic Frazetta cover. 5.0 sold last week for $10,000.
Man,
that's Frazetta for you, man. I mean, somewhat Jeff is smiling.
Yeah.
Yep, good old.
I don't know if he's smiling at the sell or not, since I don't know if he have it, but
if Jeff does, man, he's got a one of that. Simply incredible. What's going on, brother? All right. Number 10, Rocketeer, Planes, Trains, and Dames Kickstarter. We saw that. It is up this week to 120 and 130. Number 9, Invincible Iron Man. Number 4, second print, 1 in 25, $45. Legend of Zelda. Number 3.
we know why that's on the list.
I don't know because I've been out of the loop this week. So what's going on?
Game just came out, man.
The game? They got another Zelda just came out.
Yeah, is it Tears of the Kingdom? I think it's
Yep.
called. Yeah.
Yep.
Is the art scheme the same as the other one? Or is it
Similar. I just watched Game of 23's video on it. It's really no big difference in terms of graphics and stuff.
Right. Somebody's already speedrunning.
It's like a little brighter and stuff.
Okay, I might check it out. I've been wanting to pick up a Switch, so I might actually pick up one for that. For Zelda. That was actually one of the main reasons. Zelda and Mario Kart. Two reasons why I thought about getting the Switch. Number 7, Dawn of DC Night Terrors. Free comic book day foil.
I didn't even know there was a foil. I got it. I picked it up, but I didn't even know there was a foil.
Yes, isn't it a surprise that DC put a foil variant out? Well, not.
I mean, Marvel did it last year, didn't they? With the Avengers comic, there was an Avengers comic last year that was a foil.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Silk. David Nakayama, 1 in 25 variant. Almost Chun-Li-ish.
I like it. I like his art style, but not for that price.
Yeah. That looks kind of Chun-Li-ish for right here. Number 5, we've got Ghost Lore. Prison variant, 1 in 50. Oh shit. Number 4, something epic. Number 1, the Cizan Kudransky, 1 store. Oh, be quiet, Remo. Hush your bus, man. I hadn't been to a comic book store in a month, over a month.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is quite. I was talking to somebody about it today. I have not been in the store. I'm trying to hold it out to Heroes Con. Number 3, Captain Marvel, 2004, number 17, CGC 250, 300. Man.
Nope.
And you again, this is one of those situations of like we always say, you should already have this book.
Yeah, I got a couple of copies. I mean, if that's what they're going for, I make the deal.
But even if you're not a big Captain Marvel fan, it's one of those things that there are certain comic books that even if you don't even like the character or collect the run, you should probably pick up this comic book because of its importance. You know, and this is one of those comics you should have picked it up and already have it, so you're not running out here spending $300 on a 9.8, looking like a fool.
I'm interested in what is the importance of this issue, because this ain't the Brie Larson Captain Marvel.
I can't remember.
No, this is yeah. So that actually is a.
It was 2004, so
right. Like
who was reading Captain Marvel?
I mean, that's a good point. I'm actually thinking about that now. I was like, oh yeah, in 2004.
Larry?
Right. Well, I mean, you know, if it's Marvel, Larry gonna read it. That's regardless. But yeah, in 2004, who was really looking at Captain Marvel like that? They were 4 years off from the first Iron Man movie coming out, so wasn't nobody.
Hey, when they don't put them in order,
Right.
No.
Sure, you can.
Let's say 20 more days to Street Fighter 6.
Days.
He sees my caption, man. I'm waiting for the Super Street Fighter 6 Turbo Edition.
Hey man, you keep waiting. Hey man, wait. Hey, wait.
Yep.
Hey, you can wait another 6 years for it.
6 years? That's
gonna take him that
out
long?
by next year, but
All right, so all right, here we go.
What's up, everyone?
What's going on, brother Al? Oh shit!
I had some echo.
5L. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's what it was. Man,
whatever.
you gotta $250 to
Get this shit out of
$300.
I will go buy me with $250, $300. I will go buy me a low grade copy of any real Captain Marvel comic book. And just be done with that.
OG Captain Marvel?
Yes, I'm talking about Billy Batson. I'm talking about Shazam himself, the real Captain Marvel. Because in 2004, they weren't really doing a whole lot with Captain Marvel. Like,
I mean, that's kind of why. What you call it? Pop. They brought Kamala Khan in. I mean, who was at that time? I mean, that was shortly after that. But like you said, it really wasn't a whole lot going on.
yeah.
Star Wars High Republic, David Aja variant 1 in 25. Nice cover, but not $50 for that. And of course, number one, we just went over it on the last list. Spider-Man 2 #1 promo, $20 to $30. Nah, I wouldn't.
No.
Wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it.
Man, ain't no way in the world, bro. Free comic book day book, and now all of a sudden it's a $30 book just because the game about to drop in September. Man, what is?
I mean, that's where we at now, yeah. The damn game coming out, so the comic book that's attached to it is got to go up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I read it was the first appearance of somebody, but that still don't warrant that book being no $30 book, man. So,
nope. Some people say at the same time, Sean. Nope.
Mm-hmm. Don't make no sense.
That's all. And that's a perfect segue into.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
But my prices are reasonable. What?
Oh, there they go. There.
All right. Out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get go ahead and get the grooves cranking.
He definitely out his damn mind.
What the?
Like you could take that money and buy OG original Turtles comics from the 80s.
You can get your third print.
Third print of number one.
For maybe $1,500.
Come on, man.
That book is naked. Look at it.
Dirty, is ripped. It looked like water damage.
Oh my God.
Man, come on, bro. We have a real big problem with fentanyl in this country, and I'm thoroughly convinced that they trying to sell this book to support a habit. Because ain't no way in the world, man. Look at this book.
Unbelievable.
That book ain't new, Remo.
Straight out of the sewer.
Straight out of the sewer.
I mean this book came right out of the fight scene when Raphael was saving April O'Neil in the movie in 88.
That's out of Splinter's private collection. That's what that is. It's been down there.
No, this got ran over. This got ran over by the Technodrome.
Man, Crank brought it with him from Dimension X.
That's one where they were give them away for free with a personal pan pizza.
Right.
Unbelievable. Yep.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, somebody drew. Is that ink? Did somebody draw on it?
No, that's just the artist.
Oh, that's ugly, man.
Yeah. That is some bad art, boy.
Hey, what? Hey, check the description out. I want to see how they trying to sell this.
Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles comics.
It's excellent. Like
excellent.
New.
New.
Bro, that first image you showed. This shit look beat up.
I'm telling
this
you, man.
This ain't as insulting as that Spider-Man 2099, but Jesus Christ, man, come on.
Say no to drugs.
So, what is it? I feel like he used that term, but he doesn't know what it means. It looks new. It does not look new. It does not look new. I mean, he ain't wrong. It has definitely been read. That comic book has seen better days.
Look at them wrinkles on the bottom, man. Look at that shit.
Man, somebody will eat spaghetti-o when they were reading this book.
Some kid was sitting on the couch, thumbing through that.
They tried to. Everything.
Franco-American spaghetti-o.
Man.
Yes. Can't work with that. All right. Next up.
What the hell is that?
Come on, man.
A sketch cover. Limited, blank, extremely rare.
And it looked like the bottom half of somebody's body.
Right. It looked like somebody tried to draw Orion Pax and then they couldn't do a good job, so they just erased it. It's just the smudgy shadow of what could have been a good Autobot drawn on the cover of that comic.
I wonder, do they even know who Orion Pax is?
Probably not.
They don't know. If my memory serves me correctly, Orion Pax was Optimus Prime's name
before he got the
became a
Matrix
robot.
leadership.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout
Just
out
like
to Transformers. Go ahead,
Right.
Chris, I'm sorry.
Oh no, just like Hot Rod. He was Hot Rod, and then he got the Matrix leadership, and he became Rodimus Prime.
The shower cover.
It's the
X-rated, baby.
the X-rated Optimus Prime cover.
Coffee.
Hey, it's
Hot
them
cover,
swinging
man.
balls like in Transformers 2.
Right,
Oh my God.
Lord.
Tasteless.
Mm.
Yeah.
Condemned comic. Yeah, you condemned, die.
Boy, woof.
Send him to the bottomless pit.
You wrong for that.
The La Brea top hits.
All right.
Look, it's Chung Li.
Man, no, they didn't.
Oh, shit.
Chung Li sneakers.
I'm gonna just let that marinate right quick. Y'all can marinate on that.
Like the black eyed peas, you going to get another bowl of. Let them marinate.
Oh, that's what he was eating, the black eyed peas.
Matt that makes the peas tonight.
You the-
What the fuck, yo?
Hey man, you ain't invite nobody over to eat no black eyed peas with you, man.
While playing Black Eyed Peas in the music box.
Boom, boom,
Oh.
boom, 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 boom.
I didn't even know that's what kills me. Like I didn't even know they made, which I guess I shouldn't be surprised by this point because at this point, everything tries to cross merchandise the minute they release anything remotely popular. But just so odd to have Chung Li sneakers.
Boy, she
Yeah,
kind of
tote
thin
bag.
on that bag,
Right?
too, man. That ain't the Chun Li that I know.
Them early days Chung Li.
No, Chun Li.
Not the alpha time.
Right, and definitely not Street Fighter 2. That must have been like when she was in middle school.
Over there at what's the school? What was it? Rival school. She was a
Yeah.
transfer.
When she was in rival school.
Batsu and
Mhm.
Bowman and all them, yeah.
$448 for a bag and
Now-
a pair of sneakers.
Now,
See?
Remo, you eat beans too? What is this? National Black Eyed Peas Day or something?
Man,
But
I cooked the pork loin and mac and cheese. I don't know nothing about no black eyed peas supposed to be happening tonight.
y'all need, hey bro, hey man, I'm so hungry, man. I'm surprised my lips ain't super chapped.
Yeah,
But,
I'm eating out, yeah, because I'm hungry.
Man, I thought, I was gonna have some time before the show started, but no, man. So I might be doing some LL Cool J lick. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, hey man, $448 for these. I could see that there's probably a market for somebody to collect this kind of stuff, but this is kind of ridiculous because, I mean, it's just a pair of shoes,
Right.
and based on a fictional character, and I don't see. I mean, somebody might see value in it. Thank you, Remo. Lip licking. Somebody might see the value in it, but personally, I wouldn't.
Hey, those shoes aren't used, are they? They still got the tags and all in it.
It's show. No, that's just a general overview. I just threw him up there.
He just used DJ because DJ looks cool to him. That's all.
The first thing I saw when I pulled up graphics. That's the first thing I saw, so I just ran with it.
But no, you ain't Remo. You got some soaking.
Expedited shipping from outside the U.S.
You got a box of Jiffy cornbread on the counter too.
Oh,
The motherfucking cornbread.
Cornbread.
Put some work in tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
man.
pay $4.48 for this, man. You can go get your pair of Jordan for this.
No, man.
And that's crazy. You come out cheaper getting a pair of Jordan.
Right.
I mean, if I'm gonna collect Street Fighter memorabilia, there's plenty of other stuff I can find
yep.
or know of before I get that right there. They got a statue. I think it's like a 16 or 24-inch statue of Chun-Li. I'd rather get that than the shoe.
And I guarantee you that Chun-Li statue is a lot thicker than what's on that paper.
And she thick like that cornbread old boy was talking about in that video.
I had that motherfucking cornbread.
Cornbread.
Cornbread, not corn, but cornbread.
Cornbread.
All right.
The hell is
There
this?
we go.
Some more Street
The
Fighter
Hadouken?
shoes. If I pay $380 for them shoes, bro, I better be able
Hadouken.
to.
Yeah. I would get a pair. I would get a pair of these Hadoukens in the size 8.
Hey, man, I better be able to throw some X fireballs.
Who? I'm like, I ain't even never heard of them shoes.
Hey, Remo, that's why you ain't on tonight, because you ain't good, boy. Good God
Surprised.
almighty.
I'm surprised he typing. I'm surprised he ain't got the itis.
Hey, did you have some red Kool-Aid?
Top it off.
Damn, he had jerk pork and oxtails.
And oxtail,
Golly.
cornbread, and grill.
You swole up over there,
Good.
boy.
Yeah, he ain't gonna jump on the show, man. He gonna fall asleep after he know that.
Remo laying down on the sofa on his phone.
Right. He on his phone.
He just like that.
About to catch the itis.
But yeah, man,
Like-
that's too much right there, man.
I can see maybe if Data did like the front of the shoe to actually look like the Hadouken, so like the whole shoe looks like it, instead of just going with the color scheme. I figured like, that's just not one's Ken, one's Ryu.
He's just trying to get off these sneakers and sell them. But nah, bro. Not
Wait,
that.
so does he have two pair? Because those are two different boxes. One was a Ken pair, another one a Ryu pair.
Probably.
What are they?
Unless
Oh, okay,
come-
okay. They
look
came
like
in the
come
box like that. Okay,
that, yeah.
I was about to say like
That's pretty novel though. I like that.
right. Like
Hold
that
on,
was a smart
bro.
marketing idea.
Probably one of a kind.
From Brazil.
Right. They got to be because I ain't never heard of them. Never even heard of these shoes. That's a lot.
$380. Nope.
Free local pickup from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
No,
No, dog.
We ain't about that, son.
Ain't nobody about to Hadouken me in the back trying to get this money off me for these shoes.
Well, you might get the Raging Demon.
Right.
you ain't lying. Yes, look.
Ain't nobody.
All right.
Oh shit. The first
What?
Tekken? God damn.
Good Jesus. 17 grand?
Hey, go to the
Man.
description. They better not say nothing rare. What they say?
Get ready for the. Oh, he just copied and pasted the description.
That's all it-
Man.
Man,
Who
you
gonna
can
pay?
find.
Don't give me.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
It's a good game. The Tekken series is a good series. But who in their right mind would pay 17 grand just to own a physical copy of the first game?
As Joker said, that game sat in the attic for 20 years. You think it's worth $17,000? Man, you go on eBay right now and probably find that game for less than $20, man, if not cheaper. Complete.
Yeah, you might be able to go into the Microsoft store or the Sony store and do it. Like, and just buy it digital.
I don't know about now them games because they're so well. You know what? You might be able to get it through that PlayStation service they got, like
Right.
the Microsoft, what they call it, the Game
The
Pass.
Game Pass. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've not seen it. Most of the Tekken games they got like on the PSN store, like the Tekken Tag or Tekken Cross, Street Fighter, that type of thing. Yeah, the recent ones. But even still, man, you could buy every version of Tekken on the planet. You could buy Mexican versions of Tekken and spend less than $17,000. That's ridiculous, man. This come from a dude. I've got the first 3 Tekkens from the PlayStation 1 era, physical. No, bruh, it's been sitting in the attic. So I guess.
And I'm gonna throw you something out. Let me throw something else your way out. This ain't this is not the original.
That ain't even. No, that's PAL. That's European version.
Yeah, but even at that, it's still it should be in the long box.
Right. But that PAL gives it away. That's European. That ain't even an American version. So if somebody was to buy that hypothetically, they couldn't play that on a PlayStation 1 or 2. Because PlayStation 1 or 2s weren't compatible with PAL or Japanese games.
Not only that, but this is a value series. So this is like buying the bestseller. This ain't even
right.
So it's still not even original.
There you go.
They went to Alice or Farmore. That's probably where they got it from. European Farmore, man.
I got a bootleg copy of Ultimate Battle 22. If they want to sell, if they looking to spend 17.
Hey man, look the Tekkens, the greatest hits Tekkens down there, man, with the green labels, man.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Yeah,
you can find it cheaper than that.
Yep.
Yeah, you go right over to a flea market. Yeah,
there's a booth in Peace Street Peddlers. Probably got a copy right now.
Simply incredible. Asking where the expert Jace at.
If I get the damn thing that stays still, there you go. JoJo's Bizarre. Yeah.
Man.
A wallet?
First
I have to really look at it like, what?
First off, who is buying a Bulgari JoJo's Bizarre long wallet?
The fact that they even made one.
Hey man, JoJo's is popular.
I've never watched
it. Fuck that shit.
Not over here. I mean, it's popular in America. It's probably more popular in Japan. But that's a lot.
JoJo has a fan base for sure in America, but
I love how the condition is used once, nearly unused.
It's used, fool.
Right, like
it's used.
If you use it once, it's used.
It's used. I was trying to play that. Oh, it's near mint, but not completely mint.
Not completely mint, right?
Yeah. Man, there you go.
I love it. Used once. But did all your stuff not fit in it? Or you change your mind? Like,
yeah, no, bro.
Man, come on.
Bitch, are you for real?
Man.
No, I don't. Do them can stay. No,
they keep all of that.
All of them, yeah. Hey, somebody buy it though.
All
right.
What the hell?
A Halloween comic fest book. So another free book. Man, it ain't high grade if it's out of the damn plastic, man.
Right, like this was. It's messed up. All I could think as soon as I saw the cover was I thought a Magic Cart from Pokemon. Like somebody made a Magic Cart comic book. Like
$167
for a free book.
A free preview comic book, man. And it's a manga comic book. So what?
I mean, that's where we at now. I mean, I'm seeing this is unbelievable. People out here trying to get these free comic book day books, free for Halloween comic fest books, and you know those free too. So
Yeah.
come on.
$167 for Japanese Finding Nemo.
Basically.
I mean, that's
That's the gist of it, ain't it?
right. That's it. Like, I don't know. There's so many other things I would rather spend $167.
Man,
Yeah, I was just like, bro,
uh,
come on, man, 160.
Man,
Yeah. My.
what they no man, come on.
like that's clearly like the reprint. Like that's not.
Look at the book.
And somebody's gonna see that and be like, "Oh man, Silver Surfer no more," and just pay it, not paying any attention. They're gonna catch somebody slipping.
Somebody who know what the hell they doing. It'd be somebody new to comic book collecting. It won't be nobody with this percent.
But you know, this is what I don't get for these type of listings, right? So you trying to tout this book as being rare or whatever, and your presentation is just shoddy. Like, if anything, you should have tried the background, spruce it up, put the book in a mylar, lay some dumbbells on that crease, trying to get it out. You should have tried to do something. But it's just lazy for somebody to put something on eBay like this and then try to say it's worth $1,500, man. They done read this book a few times.
Multiple times. I mean, look at
Back
that
when the
big
Silver
ass.
Surfer had trunks.
Draws.
Oh my God.
Coming out looking like a silver jobber for the WWF.
Already in the ring, no entrance.
Right.
They couldn't even let him fly in with the
board. Nothing. He already did. Came back from commercial break. He just standing around waiting to catch an ass whooping like a cold.
Hey, in the rain, leaning on the curb.
Right.
When they come back from commercials, you know.
It's a handicap match, one against the skyscrapers.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
It's a
Boy,
wrap.
he can't use none of his powers. None.
Sentinel of the Spaceways is down for the count. Like that is such a messed up thing for someone to be attempting to do. You're asking for $1,500 for a comic book. Granted, it technically is the first issue. Technically,
it's great.
But
the first 6 issues? Come on.
Yeah, it's the first 6 issues in one book. So technically, it is the first issue, but
I guarantee you find some fool trying to sell the Marvel Masterworks of the Incredible Hulk with the 181 in it.
Oh yeah, you know.
Oh,
Because I have that, man. I have the hardcover with that whole run with 181 in it, and that book was like $70 off the regular price.
Man, at the end of the day, this is just a reprint.
That's all.
Okay, how they got this spruce premier issue? Stop lying, man.
Oh, let me see. All right, Jason's in the building. He says, "So
Oh, there you go.
The Black Label North American jewel case is the most expensive, but not $17,000. So again, sitting in the attic for 20 years increases the value. Okay, yeah, no, we done. Yeah. This is what we were talking about, the jewel case, the long one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. We're sorry. We're not going to do this either. And we damn sure ain't doing this.
Comic book.
I couldn't even tell that was a comic book because that's what all the ads look like inside comic books.
So those on the back of the comic books.
Hey, that
Right.
book. Oh my
Ooh,
god.
ooh. Somebody done performed a fatality on them corners. Right there on the spine. God,
Four times low kick.
man.
Damn.
Then tried to clean it up with a friendship.
Straight spine rip.
Yeah, literally spine damage.
God, look at that 90s art. Jesus.
Man.
Straight up 90s. A-side high.
Right? Johnny Cage looked like Zach Morris.
Kentaro.
No.
Or Shane Shum looked like Ra's al Ghul.
The audacity
of Shadow.
$1,500 for a Mortal Kombat 2 comic book.
You know what? I expect the description to just say I need help. And that's it. Just put I need help and let it go.
Cyberspace Comics. Whoa. Whoa. What?
Everybody, y'all like I be finding it, don't I, man?
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I did a comic book cover with the one of the Ninja Turtles, brother, and we said, dude, we can get some pizza, we can take our vitamins, we can say our prayers, and we can dominate the world, brother. This is crazy.
And that's the Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling Hulk Hogan too.
Yep.
This is a card that somebody had draw. They had somebody. There's basically a card or whatever, and then they drew on the other one. And somebody drew Hogan. And
they couldn't think of nobody else to actually draw.
Yeah, brother.
Macho Man would have been a whole lot better than him.
Macho Man and Raphael on the cover.
Me and the Turtles are cream of the crop. Oh yeah, I'll dig it.
Snap into a cowabunga.
Did me and Gene ask Kamala what he was doing at the hotel last week?
That is a very good question, Jason. Is it legit? Like,
it's legit. Yeah, it's legit. If it's in the Beckett authenticate, yeah, it's legit. Yeah, that's a legit one.
Al Hogan's signature ain't worth that much though.
Not for that. Not for that, bro. You better be getting a WrestleMania 3 program, mint condition CGC.
And you see what the price was? Did you see that? Was.
You have to slash that shit down.
And he's still asking $40. And he's still asking $40 for shipping.
Does it come with a Ghostbusters mug and balloon?
I better come with an Ecto Cooler, damn it. At that price.
Hey, and a 6-pack of Surge.
Man.
Oh my God, not Surge.
That cola, man. Something. Shit.
God,
Surge, baby. Surge. It sure was.
Yeah.
But it made a comeback, though.
Yeah. Joke Cola.
Yeah, Joke Cola. There you go. Give me a 6-pack of Joke Cola and we'll call it even.
Oh, my goodness.
What are you going to do, brother, when the cowabunga comes for you? Who the fuck is the suit?
The suit. Oh
yeah, I've been collecting some. I done collected some obscure ass DC
book.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember this. That's a Jim Lee 2014. Yeah, so that would have been New 52 era.
It looked like Iron Man.
I don't remember this comic book. I was working at AZE when all this was coming out. I don't never remember seeing this comic book nowhere.
It came and went. They must have canceled this shit right after this issue.
That's why it was limited to 350. That's how many that's all they made before it got canceled.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
The suit? What the hell?
All right, Chris, read it out loud.
This is a copy of the Suit #1. This was a special comic created, written by Scott Mora, pen name for adolescent would-be comic writer who, thanks in part to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, was able to experience his dream of writing a comic. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Make-A-Wish helped the kid write a comic book, and then
Jim
DC
Lee
was like,
drew it.
And you
Right.
know what? Whoever trying to sell this is a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he can keep wishing
right,
for that.
it's the highest grade.
I would say it's worth something, Remo, but just under the circumstances, like that's just like somebody trying to peddle some John Cena merchandise that was signed by a kid
Right.
that was, passing away from cancer. Like, man, do you really have a heart?
Right. The Make-A-Wish Foundation helped this kid make a comic book. Jim Lee drew it, and now you up here selling it for $3,000.
So what those other two go for, Matt? Go down.
Oh wow!
God damn, good God. Seriously, I'd never even heard of this thing. I didn't even know they even did this. Like, I'd want to read it to see if it was interesting, but I'm not.
Nothing special about this book to make me want to buy it for that price. The suit.
The only people I see actually being invested in this are diehard Jim Lee fans.
Man,
that's it.
Even then, that might be pushing it.
Yeah, because why would I want a character that has nothing to do with
right.
comics in general? It was something done for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Jim Lee contributed to it, but that doesn't mean that this is something that's sought after.
Right. It's a one-off comic that begins and ends with this one issue. Like,
but hey, Remo, but you look down below, and unless the same seller selling it, you got three different sellers selling the same book. And
right.
Again, it might be the same person. But to quote a great group, some people got to have it. Some people really need it. Do things. Bad things. So, almighty dollar.
That song is a trip when you really listen to the lyrics.
There's a lot of songs that's a trip. Interview with the Vampire.
The bongos get worked out, man.
She signed it.
This dude's sitting here with a raw copy.
Yeah, come on.
That's why I said the way I said it. She signed it.
Look at this.
Man, that book is beat up. Look at it. It ain't even line up with the back, the board. Like, come on, bro.
I have so many questions about it. Is it taped back together? Is that what that is? Like, is that?
No, that bag just raggedy. I'm telling you, man, the presentation. Look at this book.
So Vampire took a bite out of it.
Even if I was in the market for Anne Rice stuff, I'm not. Oh my God, man, this is a gorgeous book. Like, come on, man, really?
Right. It's a bite taken out the corner.
Then it's on some ugly carpet or upholstery. You ain't making this book appealing to me to be wanting to come out my pocket and spend how much they want for it? $2,500,
25, something like that.
These folks, man, we need to do a video series on how to present a book.
Yeah,
Rare Auto AMC Key. It must be a show they're about to do on AMC.
It's on season 2.
Nope.
I like the movie though with Tom Cruise. That was a pretty good movie. Too.
Yes. Yeah. All right. I just like watching y'all reaction, man.
Oh, that's not even that great of a cover.
No, it's not.
$2,000 for that.
Ridiculous.
Many first appearances.
That's just a variant cover of the Powers X that came out back in 2019. And I got the same first appearances in the book I got. It's just a different cover. That book ain't worth no $2,000 again. If it's worth $2,000, why do you have it out in the open
Not
like
boarded, right, or out of the bag because it's leaning against
that's
the
what I'm
bag.
saying. Like, come on,
Yeah.
man. Like y'all really
He's
trying to
got
convince
these
yourself.
prices like the book is slabbed at a 9.8 or something.
Right, or 10.
And it's really only even shown because the character is now officially a part of 616 continuity or whatever, because originally the character appeared and it was in the future, which
Mhm.
technically should have still made it a part of continuity, but whatever. But now that she's in the current time period of the mutants and everything, the character is now made like okay. That's just still ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not worth brainstorming on this.
Nope. I agree, Sean.
$2,000. Yeah.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Oh boy.
What is, paint smudges at the bottom? What the fuck is that? What is going on there? Is it supposed to
Don't
look like that? Oh, it's a face. Oh, okay. That was.
I thought that was like a hand with
right?
the face on it. You know, what the heck?
I did not see a face until Mac zoomed in.
Jace, do me a favor, brother. Send that link to Sean, and Sean put it in the private chat for me. Send that link to Sean on IG so I can put it in. I got it. I just got it. Send it over to Sean and IG to him so I can put it in the private chat.
Who is Epic? That's Epic Comics. Mark, like that is.
That was the line by
Marvel. That's the dollar bin book that you see all the time.
Yep.
That's what that is. You trying to decipher that? That's what it is. That's the dollar bin book that you see all the time. That book, you see that book all the time. That whole set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the same thing. They just got Sinkovich to sign it, and it's a 9.8. And now all of a sudden, it's the best book that's ever been known to man. No, damn well, ain't nobody paying
right
$2,000 for this book. Nobody's paying that for this book. Under no circumstance. Even at a 9.8, that's not a $2,000 book. No, there's nothing to justify why this book should be $2,000 at all. Under no circumstance. This is a classic example of somebody grading the book, come back in 9.8, and I can just charge what I want to charge for it. Not
right. Figuring they can just somebody else get.
There's no market for this book. There's no
she ain't got a movie coming. She ain't appearing nowhere.
Yeah, there's no farmer's market for this book. There's no supermarket for this book. There's no food market. There's nothing. There's nothing for this book.
Of course, they basically trying to sell it off the strength of the signature, but
I don't know if that link will work, Matt. I don't think it'll work. Hey, Jace, can you send me the link to that instead of the photo?
Yeah, send the share link to him, and I can pull it up. Send the eBay share link. Yeah, no, bro.
Yeah, I figured it.
All right.
Oh boy, the whole run.
1 to 189. Second print set.
Second print set. I mean, there were some good stories.
I don't know, man. Larry Hammer's run had some good stories, but it's a slog to get through. I reread that run like a year ago, and I was like, man, this shit is a slog to get through.
Isn't that the same? Yeah, that's the run where the adamantium gets pulled out of him, isn't it? Like that's the
issue
biggest part of that
75.
run. Yeah,
Issue
75 is like
75.
the best part of that entire run.
He lost. He had bone claws after that.
Hmm. Like past that, I really kind of don't care. Wolverine was kind of a crap character for a while when he ran around wearing the Crips bandana with the bulldog nose.
Crips bandana.
Because he did. He stopped wearing. He just wore a mat, just tied his face. He was all feral. He didn't even have no dialogue boxes other than just growling.
Yeah, he had that ugly ass face, man. That shit took me out for a while, man. I couldn't be. Yeah, all of them dollar bin books, exactly. You can get all these books in the dollar bins. That's how I built my whole Wolverine collection. Dollar bins.
That's how most folks built their Wolverine collection. Dollar bin. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Yep, unbelievable.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just because he's coming back for Deadpool 3, like that ain't. That's a lot of comic books, but
yeah, nobody's paying $5,500 for that.
Right,
$5,500 for that. Just a little bit of piece of news. Did y'all know they were making a sequel to I Am Legend?
Yep.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw that today, and I just was taken aback. Like, why is there even a sequel to this?
Because it's going to be based off the alternate ending.
Yep.
Alternate ending, Will Smith survived. And so Will Smith's going to be in it, and Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
I did the math on that last listing. If you take that $5,500 and you divide it by 189, dude is charging you almost $30 per issue.
God damn.
Raw. Hey, and all the books raw too, by the way.
Right. That hurt. That hurt a lot.
I had to look that up, man, because I'm like, man, that's a lot of money for a 189 issue run, bro.
Did that include 1 through 4, the miniseries?
He said 1 through. Let me go back and look.
He said
I know I saw it said 1 through
1 through 189.
I'm assuming.
Second print, complete full run variants, $379. Go figure. Chris, did you get a chance to see Guardians of the Galaxy yet, brother?
I have not seen it yet. But I've heard good things.
Yeah, I saw it.
What was your
I liked the story of Rocket and the flashback. I feel like he really makes the movie.
It was more of I consider it was a good movie, but I consider it a Rocket Raccoon origin story.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And I'll say fucking High Evolutionary was a piece of shit villain. And we finally got somebody that you can hate as a villain.
Yeah, because he is oh man, he is insufferable at time.
He is like fuck this motherfucker, man. And
Black Maxwell Lord, man.
Oof.
I wouldn't say that. Because Maxwell Lord just was like, get the fuck out of my screen. Irritating. Right. Whereas this guy was such a fucking evil piece of shit that I despise and hate everything that he does. And to me, that's what makes a villain, where you supposed to hate him because of what he do and the treatment that he gave those animals. You know, and the High Evolutionary is always like that. You know, with his experiments and stuff. Even as bad as the Spider-Man Unlimited show was, I hated him in that because he was such a piece of shit. You know, so when a villain is truly a vile, evil piece of shit person, that's great acting on the part of that man because he truly made you hate him. Whereas a lot of these villains try to have these like two-way sides, like they have a reasoning for why they're doing it, and he's like, I can't like disagree with him on that, and you can't really hate him on like that. Whereas High Evolutionary was just you hate him, and you wanted to see him get his comeuppance.
I think that's a big thing with James Gunn. Like when you look at the villains of all the other Marvel movies, there always have been, like you said, Sean, they were the villains that they tried to make you like them. Like with Thanos, try to see it from his point of view and all that other stuff. But James Gunn has always just been like, that's the bad guy.
And even in the second Guardians, they tried to make you like almost like Ego
but you were just like,
it's
nope,
Kurt Russell and shit. Like we fucking love Kurt Russell.
But you're like,
but then he's really a piece of shit. But because we love the actor, it's like, fuck, man, you gotta make me hate him.
It's like, damn,
this guy, I knew nothing about this actor, and he played the fuck out of the character.
Nice.
And to me, I give him props on that because the High Evolutionary is definitely he is very high in his mind on how he wants to evolve stuff, and he was so fucking evil that I was like, this is why villains exist. You supposed to hate them, and they supposed to do things that be like, man, screw this guy, man. I hope they kill him. So yeah, I thought the movie was really good. Star-Lord was getting on my fucking nerves. I'll say that. I like this movie out of the 3 movies he was in. This in Infinity War, I was like, man, if he goes, he goes, and I was like, yeah. But other than that, I enjoyed the film.
Cool. Al, you still hadn't seen it yet? Just to wait for it to hit. Wait for the plus. Gotcha.
Yes.
He taking that idea that I'm doing with Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition, man. Just
waiting it out.
Yeah. Hey man, you wait it out, brother. No, I ain't seen.
I'm gonna wait till to get the complete package.
You know, I said that for the last one and ended up buying it from Jump. So I know me, man. But we'll get to that topic in a second. But let me ask y'all a question: was Bova in the movie? Bova, was she in the movie?
Bova?
Yeah. Bova is the cow that gave that was the midwife to Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
I don't recall seeing.
She was created by the High Evolutionary. That's the reason why I asked.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing her. If it wasn't Easter egg, I didn't notice. I don't recall.
Was there any cows creatures in the movie?
There were animals there.
Yeah, but I could say it was one. If it wasn't,
it wasn't focused. Like Rocket had his friends that he was in jail with, and they built a relationship around them. But it wasn't a cow or any of the characters. It was more centered around Rocket.
Okay, I was just curious. That's all.
Chris, have you had a chance to see the Evil Dead Rise, man?
No, but I've again heard good things. Like it was actually really good. Did well at the theaters. A lot of people say it was a little bit better than the original.
No, I wouldn't go that far. It was good, but I wouldn't go that far. Definitely wouldn't go that far. Say it was better than the first one. No. You will probably see anything top of that. But it did give you some fresh blood back into the, no pun intended, to the franchise.
Okay.
Yeah. They actually they tied the, there's 3 books in Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
And so they basically took one of the books from there. And so it was a different book than the one that was in the first 2. So that's what a cool take they did on it. So now they can work out of that book for a little bit, So
hey, what do you think of the news on finally Beetlejuice 2?
I almost feel like it's 30 years too, almost 40 years too late. Personally,
that's how I feel.
I think they're gonna end up messing it up, trying to capitalize on it again. It's gonna be too tough. Like they got Michael Keaton's coming back, Winona Ryder's coming back. I forget who the actress is, but they've got an actress who's gonna be playing Beetlejuice's wife. William Dafoe is gonna be has been said he's actually gonna be in the movie now. He's actually attached to it too.
And of course, they got the hot girl Jenna Otunga.
Yeah.
From Wednesday in it. She's supposed to be the daughter of Lydia.
Right, Winona Ryder's daughter. Yeah, so I feel like they're gonna try to recapture the original, and the original was a lightning in the bottle kind of thing with Tim Burton. It was the right time with the right group of actors, and the right director, and it's not gonna.
Tim Burton's gonna direct it. But
Yeah.
I agree. It's like we've seen so many sequels after like 20, 30 years of the original.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Top Gun Maverick was a complete surprise to everybody. You know, how much money that made after such a long layoff from the original movie. But you're not gonna have success off of it. I mean, we've seen with Coming to America that was complete waste of time. You know, so they're not gonna recapture what made the first one magical,
right?
Especially after this huge long gap. So, you know, I'm not too excited about it because even if they got Keaton and Ryder and Tim Burton is directing it, it's just such a long wait that I'm like, I'm not even interested in it.
They don't be surprised if this is a hit that they don't go back and revisit Nightmare Before Christmas. I won't be surprised if you see that. Here we go.
Or for Christ's sake, Johnny Depp, you know, get some scissor hands again and redone that.
Yeah. Al says it once a year. Hollywood is devoid of ideas.
Man, what's it gonna be?
That is right there, leader. Right there on cue. Right on cue.
It's gonna be the Nightmare Before July 4th. Like, how can you do it? Like
Nightmare Before 4th.
The Nightmare Before the 4th of July.
Like, before Yom Kippur.
Right. Like, there are things that. Yeah, like I'm glad there are certain directors, like the guy who did the Back to the Future trilogy. You know, he came out and said years ago, and he was like, as long as I'm alive, I'm never gonna let them remake my movies. And I feel I feel like more directors should do that because, like, look, you stand behind what you made. You made a good product, you made a good movie, it made its money. Keep it moving. Don't try to beat that dead horse like Hollywood is doing by making sequel after sequel after sequel, hoping that eventually you'll make a good one. I mean, because look at Pirates of the Caribbean. What they make, like 8 of those?
Yeah.
Like,
what's this coming out here this summer of Fast and Furious 48?
Right. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like,
it's about family.
It's about family. You know,
they done been everywhere. The space. They done been through pretty much everything.
This movie is a perfect example. They've taken it too far because they're circling it back around. Jason Momoa's character is a villain from one of the previous movies, so it's just like you circling back around. Y'all circling the drain. Y'all going down.
They trying every new character they add, they try and tie it to the original set of films.
Right.
And it's like, come on, y'all really running out of ideas. Just come up with something to end the fucking. They said, "Oh, this is the last one." I'm like, watch this shit make $1 billion, and they're like, "Shit, man, we can keep going further, man, till Dom is actually in the wheelchair."
got a Nas tape strapped to the back.
Fast and Furious in the wheelchair.
There you go. I was just going to say that's it, man. Wheelchair Chronicles, man.
Fast and Furious Nursing Home Edition.
Yeah.
Oh
but you know, but that's what they did because you know they did when they put out right as John Wick 4 was coming out, the studio and like the director and the director and Keanu was just like, you know, hey, we're kind of gonna take a break. We've done 4 movies, it's kind of good. The studio was like, yeah, no problem, we'll take a break too. And then 4 came out, and it is now the highest grossing movie in the franchise. And now they're talking about making a 5th one because they can't walk away from the money.
That's the thing. Like, it keep making money, and they like, we gotta keep turning out John Wick. I'm like, well, you just ended the franchise,
right?
They got the spinoffs going on, so
you know that's what they're gonna do. You know, at the end of the last one, they'll probably make that the 5th one. They'll just call it John, or either that they'll say he faked his death. Go ahead, Al.
I will say this, and me and Larry were talking about that earlier, and he was supposed to jump on. I don't know where he at, but anyway, where you at, Larry? I know you in the chat, but anyway, I told him, I said, if they were to do a John Wick 5, one thing that I would like for them to do or like to see, if they did a crossover with him and Denzel as the Equalizer.
Ooh.
Now that's I'm looking. Now you talking about a movie I'm looking forward to seeing.
Boy, you talking about
Equalizer, man, that movie look. I don't kill nobody.
The third one looked Man, I'm ready.
That movie, bro. Second one was odd. Love the first one. That third one, man, it looked like it's gonna be a good movie, man. So
Yeah.
But you know what though? I feel like the third Equalizer movie is kind of like what Rocksteady when they were making Batman games, and they made Arkham. They made all the Arkham. They made two, and then Warner Brothers Canada was like, "We're gonna make a game," and then they did Arkham Origins, and Rocksteady was like, "Damn, we were done," but they made a crappy game under our name, so we kind of got to come back. I feel like the Equalizer TV show is why we're getting the third Equalizer movie.
I agree with her wholeheartedly.
And they were like, we were good, and then y'all made that TV show. I ain't leaving like that.
Gotta keep your head up. What? Keep your head up.
Yeah,
What?
that's right.
oh,
Look,
girl standing to my left,
look,
my right.
look,
True.
We're not gonna disrespect Queen like that. It's not her fault, but at the same time, like
This show is.
I am not watching. I had no intention of watching Queen Latifah.
nah, it's
The Equalizer. That is not.
They could have called that show something else.
They could have called it Closer. They could have called it Perfect Strangers. They could have called it Full House. They could have called anything
else.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper. But I'm not. No, not Equalizer.
I'm not hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Now, had they not done the movies, because the original TV show is nothing like the movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if they had done like if they've never did the movies and brought Queen Latifah back as that character from the original Equalizer, it would have worked.
Mm-hmm.
But going to Denzel fixing his watch and you got 9 seconds and all that kind of stuff, and no, bro,
And then
it's
she's
just
nothing like that in the show.
nothing like that in the show. So
Yeah.
it's like that was a big letdown. But hey, Hollywood is creatively bankrupt, bro. So I'm trying to tell y'all.
Well, I was sitting there looking. Chris was talking about movies that just won't get made. People saying still won't get made over their dead body. I know Warren Beatty said y'all can hang it up on Dick Tracy. I actually want to see get a modernized Dick Tracy movie because I think it'll do pretty well. But he said nope. So that is.
I don't think it. Honestly, I don't think it would do well because see, this is the thing, and I'm not trying to open up a can of worms. Those movies, man, came in an era that we're currently in terms of everything that we see. I'm not going to even say it. Y'all already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So some movies and some properties will be changed so dramatically, man, to fit this current climate that we're in today, to where it won't even seem like the stuff. I mean, I'm using the Ghostbusters movie that came out with the all-female cast. Now they know they shouldn't have done that movie.
Yeah.
They know they shouldn't have done that movie, but because of the fact that they trying to do something different and do a spin on certain things, I'm a firm believer there's certain things that I feel like shouldn't be messed with. I would be highly offended if they redid Purple Rain. I would be highly offended if they redid Napoleon Dynamite. It's just certain things, man, you should not mess with. It was good, leave it alone, let it go. But Hollywood is creatively bankrupt. I keep saying that. And that's the reason why we keep seeing this stuff recycled, because there's nobody providing on a major scale the original ideas that we grew up in. I keep saying, man, the 80s was like the best time for movies, cinema, and TV.
Al, that point you bring up is why I actually like that the last Evil Dead movie is because people were looking for a remake of what we've already seen. We've seen it time after time. I wanted when it was a fresh spin that gave it life, something I had not seen before. And so seeing something that's fresh and not rehashed is, you can't, it's like you said, you seen one, you seen them all with some of this stuff,
I don't see any of those Pope heroes like the Phantom or the Shadow being done well, updated to today's world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Dick Tracy was cool. I mean, granted, we all know he just had an Apple Watch back then, but it wouldn't be the same now.
Like that was the time when Warren Beatty did Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy was still in a lot of people's minds because of the comic strip. The comic strip was still running in publication on the newspapers. So when he did it, there was still interest in Dick Tracy. I don't think nobody is interested in Dick Tracy today. Like,
Ain't even in the Sunday funnies anymore. Like
there will be no interest in the Dick Tracy film made today from this generation. So I'm like, if somebody said, "Well, I want to do a modern take on Dick Tracy," people like, you don't care about no Dick Tracy.
you could make him black, and then you could get you can cause the uproar. That's the only way.
You causing social media outrage.
And
then bringing Idris Elba in is Dick Tracy,
right.
man.
Idris Elba, you gonna let him be James Bond? He can be Dick Tracy. Hey, gotta go where the money is. But make him black, and I guarantee you, people would be like, "Oh man, well, I got to see it now." It's the same story. He just
you're gonna have the people that's in outrage, and then you're gonna have the people that say, "Oh, representation, yeah," and then you're gonna have people like us, like, that's not our Dick Tracy, so I'll just stick with
it's Don Tracy.
Don Tracy.
Leroy Tracy.
Tyrone Tracy.
Leroy Jenkins.
That's Truck Tracy.
Truck Tracy.
See,
You said you just said I had to go after somebody. That's Truck Tracy.
They'll have this Don Tracy, and his main outpost is the Soul Train,
right? Oh no, they would have to tone down that yellow trench coat if Dick Tracy was black. Idris Elba might be a tad bit too dark for that bright yellow. Might not work out well.
He'll be a shadow in the yellow suit.
Right. Running down, beating up bad guys, looking like a school bus.
Darkness is twin brother darkness.
It's Dick Tracy and Piss Pot Pete. Run, everybody.
Oh, man.
All right, fellas. It's time for the main event. All right. As you all saw by tonight's title, we're going to be talking about is fighting game. Are we in the midst of a fighting game renaissance? And I would happen to be in the party to think that we would be, considering there was a lot of talk I've seen recently, and you'll understand this what I'm about to say when I say it. A lot of people are saying, well, Street Fighter, this Street Fighter 6 is going to pave the way for fighting games to have RPGs. And I think Mortal Kombat, what Mortal Kombat was that, Al, that had where you could go around and do stuff?
I want to say this. Shaolin Monks was a standalone game. It was either Armageddon or Deception, whichever the one had the main. Taven and Dagon were like the main characters. Yeah. So I think it was this.
Yeah, it's Deception. Yeah, Deception.
Or Deadly Alliance, one of the two.
But we've seen it done before. What Capcom has done is they've kind of added a few different things to it. But nonetheless, Street Fighter 6 is poised to be a hit. It looks like it's going to be one of those rare times that Capcom knocks it on the head right out of the gate. And it looks like you've got Tekken coming down the pipe. Al, you sent the Mortal Kombat trailer teaser this week. I'm sure we'll get some other stuff coming this year as well. About time for another Dragon Ball coming. It should be not too far off. That's a couple years removed away from that now, so they probably gonna get that. And you always know, not Blaze Blue. What's my game? Not Blaze Blue. What's the other one?
Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear is always lurking.
They just dropped one of those earlier.
They'll come out another. They come out a red edition, gray edition.
Which is what was it? Guilty Gear, and they did that was another game that just dropped
Persona.
a couple months ago. No, Dragon Ball. There was a Dragon Ball Superheroes
Oh, okay.
dropped a couple months ago.
What was it last year with King of Fighters?
King of Fighters, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the fighting games are back, man. Fighting games are back in. They're back in, man. For years we had to suffer through first-person shooters. If it wasn't a first-person shooter, it wasn't coming out. Now, fighting games are starting to reemerge.
They're working on a Garu. If you're familiar with the Fate of Fury series, they had Garu Mark of the Wolves. They're actually working on a new version. Well, there's going to be, I guess, it's a sequel to Mark of the Wolves, but it's going to be based on the engine that they use for King of Fighters 15. So yeah, there's a lot of fighting games that are actually coming out soon. And just this year, you got your Street Fighter, and then you got Mortal Kombat. Well, Mortal Kombat, even though NetherRealm hadn't said too much, they put out a couple of teaser trailers. But NetherRealm is basically, there is supposed to be a Mortal Kombat coming out in September, and that's confirmed because of a shareholders meeting back in February. One of the big wigs kind of spilled the beans. So. But as of recently, I posted a couple of the spoiler or the teaser trailers in the chat. I think nowadays, like you said, Matt, you see a lot of first person shooters. And I mean, right now, and when it comes down to video games, first person shooters, they rule the roost. You got Apex, you got your Overwatch, you got your Call of Duties. There's a few others I can't think of off the top of my head. Fortnite, and it ain't really first. Yeah, it is first.
It's first person, yeah.
So you got a lot of first person shooter games, but I think the allure of fighting games is starting to come back. And Sean, I don't blame you for waiting. This is for Super Street Fighter 6 Turbo Edition. I honestly don't. But I'm that type of dude, man. It's like certain things I can hold off on, and certain things, man, that money gonna burn a hole through my thigh, not through my pocket, but through my thigh bone. So, and because of the fact that Capcom's really putting a lot of effort into Street Fighter 6, because Street Fighter 5 was one of them games that I should have actually waited until they came out with the hyper superalized, Negro Damas version, because when Vanilla Street Fighter 5 came out, we talked about it like a dog on the show.
That's a classic rant, by the way. Go check that
out. Back in 2016. And I mean, I bought it launch. I did, but at the end of the day, it turned out to be a good game. And Sean, to your credit, if someone wanted to go out and get Street Fighter 5, even though Street Fighter 6 is coming out shortly, it'll be the best time because the game is complete now. But with Street Fighter 6, man, I think they're really working on, not only like Matt said, to provide a single player experience, they're actually trying to make the game accessible to a lot of people that are not like myself and Matt and X, because I can't speak for nobody else, but we played competitively in various fighting games. So, I kind of know their history in terms of, us literally growing up in the arcade. So, Street Fighter, Capcom is really trying to make amends with that god awful release to Street Fighter 5. And I think it's going to be a great game. I remember Chef R.D. Harris saying that he didn't like a lot of the graffiti stuff, and I get that. Every Street Fighter for the most part has a theme. For Street Fighter 4, they had something similar, but it was called a focus attack, but it didn't have all the colors and stuff. Street Fighter 6, they're trying to go to that quote unquote street vibe, because their first person, the world tour mode is kind of like that RPG element that Matt was talking about, where you could walk around, you create your own character, you could customize them, you can give a character a dragon punch and a spinning pile driver. I mean, it's like, it's really in depth. But I think for the most part, just backing up a little bit, this year's especially is crazy because you got Street Fighter, and you got Mortal Kombat coming out. From what I understand, the net code is supposed to be fixed on King of Fighters 15. If you never played it, it's a good game. But if you're trying to play that game online, it's terrible. So they're trying to work the net code out for that, where it has rollback net code. And then they're still doing DLC for that game. So and it just came out last year, so it's a relatively new game. And then Tekken, they just released a trailer for one of the characters, Huang. I think that's how you pronounce his name. They just dropped that trailer yesterday, and that's supposed to come out early next year, but I'm thinking it's coming out late this year. I don't know. But I think it's a renaissance for the most part, because it seems like a lot of the companies are like trying to grab a piece of that pie, and they realize that everybody are not, keen. I suck at first person shooters. I do. I like to play them campaign modes, but me going online, man, I get killed by a 10-year-old and they start talking some ish. I'll be ready to go find them, But that's how they do, man.
Yeah.
As far as the first person shooters, bro, them the most toxic people, man, on the internet, bro. They be talking about you like a
them Call of Duty lobbies is dangerous. They'll get
man,
you.
I'm telling you, bro, you learn all kind of stuff, man. I'm in my 50s and I learned something like, oh my God, you could talk like that.
Oh, y'all didn't see nothing till y'all get some of these Overwatch cats, man.
Yeah, what I'm talking about.
I get called hoe on a daily basis.
Man. Overwatch kids, they sugar intake cut back.
Hey, hoe. Well, you get match, you just all of a sudden hoe.
Cue the Godfather theme.
Right. I want him dead. I want his whole family dead.
Hey. My money tonight.
Hey, Chris, did you watch our show yesterday? You talked to Untouchables?
Yes.
Oh man.
Like, yeah, man. I will admit, looking at when I heard Street Fighter 6 was coming out, I was kind of just like, because I haven't been interested in the Street Fighter in a while. I'm like Sean. I usually don't buy a fighting game if I'm gonna buy a fighting game until they announce the complete edition of it. It comes with all the season pass, all the unlocked characters, and I can buy it for $10. That's what I did with Mortal Kombat 10 and 11. I waited till they dropped the Ultimate Editions and they were on sale, and I got everything, and I played through the game. But the RPG element of Street Fighter 6 is interesting to me. It actually has me kind of thinking about wanting to get it when it drops, like you, Al, because that's something new. That's a new element that Street Fighter's never had before. And I think that's something that's going to be really, really good. My only thing that makes me hesitant is that we are now in that, we are heavily in the middle of the DLC takes over everything age of video games.
Yeah.
Anybody that plays the sports games will tell you that DLC will kill your wallet on a game. You'll pay for that game 3-4 times over through DLC. And Dragon Ball Fighters. They did people dirty. I bought the game and got the season pass. Came with 6 characters. Cool, was good. And then instead of them just releasing more characters, they dropped a second season pass, which was like $30 for another like 6 characters. And stuff like that is what makes me hesitant with fighting games. It's like, what? I'll just wait. Because I'm not going to pay you $70 for the game, $20, $30 for the season pass, and then you're going to charge me $5, $10 per character or another $30 for a second season. Like, that's too much. That's too much money. I feel better just waiting. It ain't going nowhere. Just wait, buy it, and then get it once all the DLC and stuff comes out together, and then go through and run through the game and play through it. I'm pretty sure people will still be playing about it. There'll be people in the RPG world to beat up on.
The one thing I miss about the fighting games, man, is I just miss that nostalgia of going to the arcade as a kid.
Slapping your quarter down.
That quarter down, a line, or they have 2 or 3 machines, and you just the crowd. And that's something that this new generation will never. Well, I mean, they can depend on what they are. What they are, but they'll never experience the euphoria of parking your car, going to the mall, knowing you going to the arcade to get your brown token that you can sell on eBay now for $2,000.
Right.
And you can go down there and get your juice, your crackers, and you can sit around, man, and just game out, man. You know, it was quite an experience, man.
I never forget the first time I went into the arcade after I've been in there a while. And it's the first time I saw that they put the quarter holders on the machine so everybody could get next. Because remember, they weren't there originally, and then they realized people were lining up to play, so they put the quarter holders on there for placeholders. And you could just, I got next, and just drop your quarter right there, and that held your spot. Like, it's real now.
Thank Marvel's Capcom for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know.
Like, oh man, it's
back in Tekken though, Tekken 2.
It's cool to see this renaissance of fighting games, you know, and Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters, and stuff like that, you know. But I'm the type that I just like to wait until I get that complete edition, because I got burnt too many times with the previous fighting games, you know, where, you know, they get you on the season passes, and then they say, well, you know, we got a couple more characters, but they're not part of the season pass. You gotta buy them separately, or stuff like that. And I'm like, man, let me just stop buying these games at launch, because they just trying to get me for all my cash, all my money. Right. And I'm like, if I just wait for the complete edition, I'm gonna get all the characters, all the DLC, and all that stuff. So I'm just more of a wait and see. Plus, I'm not the gamer that I once was. You know, I used to do all the fighting games back in the 90s and early 2000s, but then I just slowly started phasing out from being that diehard gamer to just being a regular casual gamer now. I casually game. I don't.
You started being more selective.
Yeah, you know, and I don't game as much as I do. My brother's the gamer. Y'all know that. Come on,
right?
Y'all follow him on Instagram. Y'all know he's the gamer, so he's gonna get it on launch day. But me, I'm just more of a wait and see. You know, I'll play some with him, but you know, I'm more like, man, I'll just wait for the Super Street Fighter 6 Ultimate. But I really like Tekken. Like I love Street Fighter, but that Tekken is just looking bananas. You know, I watched the Horang trailer today. I was like, golly. Whew. That Tekken 8 is looking like that's the game that I've always been a huge Tekken fan. And Tekken has surpassed Street Fighter over the last like 20 years for me. As much as I still, you know, play Street Fighter and still enjoy it, I definitely want to play more of that Tekken, because they got a lot of my favorite characters as well, and I'm looking forward to Tekken. But Street Fighter 6 is very interesting, especially with the RPG elements, and it's really great designs. I love how they revamped the look of the game and not the same usual Street Fighter graphics. So I'm really looking forward to eventually playing the game, and you know, it's a great time to be a fighting game fan.
Al, I hadn't played Tekken 7 in a while. Is Bake on Tekken 7? He's not on there.
Man, Big been gone, man. I think in the story he got killed.
Okay.
But Horong is his replace, because you know he was golly, Horong was taught by Beg.
Yeah.
And based on that trailer of him, he actually apparently they gave him some old boy's moves, Big Dusan's moves.
That's what I was saying. I hadn't seen the trailer yet, and I was just sitting here looking at it, and that's what made me think about it. I was like, Bacon. I used to use him all the time. Big Dusan.
Big Dusan.
Yeah.
I hope they bring back Bruce Irvin. But they took him out to put that Fakaram dude in Tekken 7. But Bruce Irvin was my dude, along with King. You know, King was that's my main. But
I was glad my girl back. I was glad
I'll say this: I despise Paul's new look. Yeah, they did Paul dirty as hell, man.
Yeah, they gave him a super perm or something, man. That's ugly. He just
that shit
and some veneers. I watch this guy, man. If y'all on YouTube, this is one dude, man. His channel is not big, but it's one guy. The name of his channel is called The Fighter's Den, And I think the guy's from Jamaica. I don't know. He got a Jamaican accent, man, but he's really good with lore, like Street Fighter lore, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken lore. And he did a video about Paul, man. It's about 10, 12 minutes. Man, that thing is hilarious, man. He dog out. It's like a celebrity roast. He dogging out Paul, man, because they talking about his story. And I think Paul's story in Tekken 8 was that he won the last tournament, but they didn't pay him. So he was homeless. Like, serious business. Like, if you check his bio, like, serious business, he homeless. And apparently the look has a lot to do with why he was looking like that.
He couldn't get the products to keep that hair straight up.
Hey man, it ain't cheap to keep the hair like that.
He just throw some fine water in there and slick it down, man. But yeah, that's a good chance. Fighters Den, you get a chance, man. Check that dude out. But yeah, Tekken 8 is looking real good, man. Like, for some reason, we used to play Tekken real strong. And I kind of fell off because the versus games came out with like Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like I said, we've been playing, fighting games there since King of Fighters was that? 98? Man.
Which one? 99? 98,
That
99?
was on that Mitsubishi screen when I worked at the last
that was 98. No, it could
97 or something.
97. Yeah, because I was thinking
Something like
96. That was probably the best one, 96.
Yeah, King of Fighters 96. But yeah, man, I think and a lot of the Renaissance though, really, I mean, you know, they put out Strive a year or two ago, like the King of Fighters, but you have other games like Skullgirls. A lot of people don't know that there was a game that came out about 2 years ago called Fighting EX Layer. And if you remember, the Street Fighter EX series is made by the same company that partnered with Capcom, Marika. And basically what they did, they took the characters that they actually created for the game and created their own fighting game. Now, it's a decent game. And it's it's a physical, but it's overseas, but you could download it. But I think a lot of the issue now with the Renaissance, Capcom is actually putting some big money behind Street Fighter 6 because fighting games, as far as tournaments, they're known to have some decent prize pots and stuff, or prize pools, namely the Capcom Pro Tour, Capcom Cup, and Evo. But Capcom, man, they're really trying to get new people to play the game because they're doing what's called the Capcom Cup, and they do what's called the CPT, which is basically kind of like competitions throughout the year that you could actually sign up. They do online tournaments, plus they do like offline tournaments at different, like, you know, Combo Breaker, which is actually a tournament. They got one up in Atlanta called Final Round. I think that's what it's called. Called Final Round. But they have like they do like everything, like, you know, fighting games and stuff. But Street Fighter, the Capcom Cup this year, I mean, I watch it like I watch football, but they have like a $2 million prize pool for Street Fighter 6.
Damn.
The first place gets $1 million. Of course, they're gonna tax it, so I mean, you still get like $600,000-$700,000, and then the other $1 million, I think, is going to be distributed from, I think, the second through sixth place or fifth place or something like that. So with that kind of money involved in a fighting game, you know, you mostly don't see that kind of money unless you're into the first person shooter games, because they make the revenue to be able to back those kind of competitions up. But my screen just went like he ain't doing nothing. We finna go into sleep mode. Like, what is going on?
And darkness overtook the land.
Man, shut up, man. They don't want to hear this, you fool. But yeah, man, that right there in itself, it actually interests me because, you know, we used to play back in the day, and Matt and X can attest. When we played certain games, it was dog eat dog, man, and it was like, if Evo existed back then, like I said on the last show, we had some people, I would put myself in that number 2 with certain games where we were just straight up ruthless. But $1 million prize pot for first place, man, that make anybody want to play a fighting game.
Man, you don't
if you
know.
had a slight interest in it, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, that Street Fighter 6, I like I said, I wish I could be like y'all and wait, but I'm a glutton for punishment, man. I go out there and I'll buy the game, and matter of fact, I already paid for my collector's edition with first season pass and everything. What's up, DWTT? What's up, Tito? So
what's going on, fellows?
It's just a matter of waiting for it to come out, man. But fighting games, man, they have their niche, and like I said, if you got a prize pool of $1 million for somebody just playing a fighting game, shoot, it's people you're gonna have people actually playing that game for the first time that never played it just because of that, So,
well, Capcom, we begging and we pleading. Thank you for Street Fighter 6. We thank you, but we gotta have this Marvel vs. Capcom, man. We need Marvel vs. Capcom 2, not 5, not 32, 2.
Not
That's
3 only on the Switch or whatever.
Just make Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and add 12 new characters. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do, and you have a cash cow. Don't change nothing. Just play it the same way.
Hey, Matt. Do you want to talk about all the BS going on with Microsoft and them having no games? Nothing going on.
You know what? You got me. You know what? Let me just go on. I'm glad you brought this to my attention because I completely forgot about that. You know what? Let me say this. Microsoft brought all of this shit on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I hear buying properties that for a fact you don't know what to do with it. If it's not Halo,
Gears of War,
Forza, was it Forza?
Yep.
Forza,
those are the top 3.
Killer Instinct. That's it. That is it. That's it. Gears of War 36, Halo 75. That's it. They're out here buying stuff they have no business buying. And this is, years ago, they tied that whole Grand Theft Auto deal out on the 360, and how that work out for you. They went out and bought, what was this they bought recently? What was that company they just bought? Blizzard? Was it Blizzard?
Blizzard, yep.
Yeah.
They're buying Blizzard. And they, like you said, they no games. And released a whole system. I hadn't heard one person that I know recently say they play their Xbox.
The only person that we know playing their Xbox is G-Man, because he recently got one. And he's playing
But G-Man gonna retire that when Street Fighter come out. He gonna get him a PlayStation 5 so he can join up.
More likely.
Well, Street Fighter 6 is cross-platform.
It won't matter. It won't matter. He'll come over there just to come there.
The fact that they tried to buy Activision and they blocked that whole thing.
Yeah.
They wanted Activision just for the Call of Duty.
Gary, get my boy Gary in the chat. He'll laugh when I say this, but I'll use it. I usually use it when we do our Arsenal show, but I'll use it tonight. Microsoft is standing over there naked. They stand over there naked. They are caught with their pants down. They have absolutely nobody to blame.
And Jace can attest to this. Outside of their big 3 games, they have nothing else, and Sony and Nintendo are killing them with their exclusive titles. So Microsoft ain't doing shit.
Hey, I missed that, Tito. I got my phone on vibrate, so I didn't see it.
Sean, I've had this conversation that you just brought up, man, with so many different people, and it's like I play my Series X because I have some games that I played that are backwards compatible. Brand new games, I struggled to try to buy stuff because, you know, being that I have both systems, I don't want one system to be lopsided and the other one, you know, but I just can't help it because their exclusivity when it comes down to what they're putting out is non-existent. And I tell people all the time, I'm not one of them guys that are into like the texture mapping and the core processors and stuff. I just want to know when you turn on that Joker, I just want it to look good. I want it to look pretty. Right. I just like, oh my God, that looks almost real. That kind of stuff. I could care less about, you know, I mean, of course, all that stuff plays a factor as far as processing, GPU, all that stuff. I get it. Anti-aliasing, I get all of that. But at the end of the day, you could have a game system that'll rival the Starfleet Enterprise's top computer system. And if you ain't got no games that come out on it, it don't mean nothing, you know. And it's like, for some reason, man, I don't know why, but Microsoft can't wrap their head around the concept that games actually sell systems that puts quote unquote butts in the seats. And you have people that are diehard. You know, you got some people out there, they'll never touch another system. They're diehard Microsoft. No Switch, no PlayStation, for whatever reason. I'm not like that. I'm crossplay. I got all of them. Switch, Xbox, you name it. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if you coming out with games like God of War Ragnarok, if you coming out with games like Ghost of Tsushima, if you coming out with games like Detroit Become Human, all these are like top quality games. You know, yeah, exactly. Horizon Forbidden West. You got games like that coming out, man. It's like you just, I don't get it, you know. And buying Activision for the purpose of, I guess, monopolizing Call of Duty, which, like you said, they shut quick. They're like, nah, bro, y'all gonna have too big of a monopoly in the gaming industry. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, man, you know, when you're looking at that, and I know we done sidetracked, but when you're looking at that, it's like, sometimes I ask myself, I like the Series X, but I'm like, why did I buy it? Because, like I said, all the exclusive stuff that I like to play it's on the PlayStation, you know, and it's been like that since the PlayStation 4. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think
go ahead,
I think Microsoft ran into the issue of with the one, you know, they moved away from marketing the Xbox as a gaming console. With the one, it became an entertainment system.
Right.
They started pushing that you can watch movies and all your streaming stuff. And they moved away from trying to get people to buy it to play video games and started trying to get people to buy it to put in their living rooms as a family and watch Netflix and Disney Plus on. It's an entertainment system. It's not a gaming system. Whereas Sony and Nintendo are still making gaming systems. They're still pushing gaming systems to people. And I think that is the biggest difference between the companies. And that's where Microsoft has lost that edge. Microsoft has lost the vision that we make a video game console. Maybe we should actually put video games on it. Yes, you can also watch Netflix and Disney Plus, but in between doing that, you can spend 60 some odd hours playing Fallout or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they've missed that whole concept again. They've dropped the ball on that concept that they make a gaming system and that they should be trying to sell it to gamers. Like that's what they did originally. They sat down, they listened to gamers. I mean, the original Xbox, the Duke, came with a 9.5-foot cord. Why? Yeah. Because gamers were tired of short cord. Not only that, but it came with a quick pop cord, so if somebody tripped on it, it came loose and wouldn't drag your shit. Like they listened to gamers about what they wanted.
Yep.
And they've forgotten that now. It's all about the entertainment system now, not necessarily the game system anymore.
And another thing is that they undercut the Series X by having Game Pass, and you could play the games on PC.
Right.
Yep.
Which means you're undercutting your own console by putting the games on PC as well. So what the fuck is the point of having a console?
Right. Why should I spend
Right.
$500 for a console and get all the upgrade on my TV and everything and buy a $70 video game when I could buy it for my PC and it'll cost me like $15?
And you get backwards compatibility.
Right.
I mean, there you go, right there.
I'm with you, Jace. I mean, to date, I probably got about close to 30 PlayStation 5 games, just straight up. And for my Xbox, for the Series X, I probably got like 8, and 3 of them came in the bundle when I bought the system.
Right.
So it's not like
Apollo Crews came out the way.
He came out the gate ready. He hot.
He sure did. But I mean, he right. If
But
you
he
got
right,
you got a computer that's powerful enough, you could just get the Game Pass and play the games on your computer.
But not even having to worry about doing it on PC, because if you have Game Pass, they drop a game on Game Pass, and because they do the whole cloud gaming, you can play some Xbox Series X games on your Xbox One through Game Pass. You only need to get the Series X because it's on cloud. You do it with cloud gaming. I played Redfall. I played Ghostwire Tokyo. Played Ghostwire Tokyo all on my Xbox One because they're on Game Pass and I can play them on the cloud. So I don't need to have the new system. There's some games, but not enough. Like you said, Al, they're not enough now to get me to want to buy the system at this point. Like
right here on PC.
Right
there.
I mean, the only thing in my opinion that Xbox has over Sony at this time is the backwards compatibility. And I mean, yeah, it's not 100%, but you at least have a decent amount of Xbox 360 and Xbox One games that you could go buy for relatively cheap, except for Def Jam Fight for New York. That game is
everybody still want that.
I got it, but ain't no way in the world I pay $100 and some for it. But yeah, man. I mean, that's the only thing that they have going for them, But at the end of the day, man, when you looking at apples to oranges and stuff, like I said, man, I can care less how powerful a system is if you ain't got no games. Like, for example, I mean, Xbox is brand new, so of course you buy Halo or bought Jinx, Time Travel, whatever the name of that game was. Bought a couple of games for it. When the 360, when they announced the game called Dead Rising, I bought that system before I bought a PS3 based on that because the game was appealing to me. Frank West and the zombies, the open world, all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna have so many characters and so many zombies on the screen that you can kill. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to destroy some zombies. When the Xbox One came out, they announced Killer Instinct, and they also announced Dead Rising 3. That was a determining factor. I bought an Xbox One before I bought a PS4 because those two games right there made my decision in me buying that system. I did the Xbox Series X because it's like a half-dried well. There ain't no water in it no more. So I don't know, man. Don't know.
Well, like I said, it's good to see fighting games are making a comeback, man, and just I hope we can get a tournament fighters one day. That would be fun to have another one of those.
Well, we are still planning on doing a tournament on stream, aren't we?
Yeah, once we can get this thing sorted out, we're gonna have the Comic Hall Invitational. You come through, Now that, you get screwed up on your own. Don't blame us now if you come over and get turned over. That's on you.
Folded like some towels.
Yep, that's on you.
Yeah, I'm happy to see the fighting game industry, getting another breath of fresh air. It's cool. And like I said,
hey,
I know me. Go ahead, Sean.
That a new bowl of beans, Matt?
Man, when he came back, Sean, that joker was crushing. He wasn't even trying to hide it, man. He was just straight up in the camera, just taking them jokers out. Meanwhile, I'm down here doing the LL. Like, man, this joker, man, he made me sick.
Well, you know what? When we get ready to go into the hall. So
hey, hold up before you do that. Shout out to Apollo Crews because I was in a chat. He on that Street Fighter 2, man, because there was a Street Fighter 5. I think it was a CPT. He can correct me, whatever. And I saw him in one of the chats, in one of the Capcom the live streams of one of the I think it was CPT. It was either Evo or CPT. You have to correct me. But shout out to Apollo. I gave him a shout out, but he didn't respond, man. I guess he don't want people to know that he watched Comic Con Crew. But shout out to you, Apollo, man. That was pretty cool to see him in that chat, though.
Cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get ready for these hauls. All right, Chris, it's on you, bro. It's on you.
I went and grabbed a couple things because I got to do a haul video tomorrow. But yeah, I got like 4 months worth of comic books I can do. It's gonna be a pretty long one. But I picked up Superman 3. I just love that Lex Superman kind of just like face off cover.
DNA's been killing them on the covers, man.
Man, he did this Superman one. This is his Green Arrow. I had to go back and get it because I missed it. His Green Arrow cover.
Oh, so you got a brand new Green Arrow series?
Yeah.
Yep. DNA is doing issue 2 also, and issue 2 is going to be red. It's going to be Arsenal on the cover for issue 2. Let's see.
You read that Green Arrow?
Not yet. It's on my list.
Okay.
Of course, I did pick up mine. There it is. Like everybody been hunting down for it.
Hey man, you know what? Go out there and find if you can. But I got a feeling somebody that went up and got them all. Yeah. Man.
I missed it the first time I picked up comics, so I had to go back and get it. But I got the 30th anniversary milestone special.
Nice.
I'm interested to really read the story of the 90s milestone meeting the new iteration of it, just to see how that goes.
Yeah, I did get the variant, the Static Shock variant, based on the cartoon. I got that in the mail a couple weeks ago. I haven't shown it on the show yet.
Did you see there's a character that was introduced in the cartoon of Static Shock.
Yeah.
In his first appearance in the comic book. I think it's like this end of this month or next month. Yeah, his comic's coming.
Yep.
And then this is the last one I picked up. I love the cover for this one because it was just cool. This is Adventures of Superman, John Kent #3, and it is the Zod cover.
Val Zod.
The Val Zod cover.
I like that cover.
Yeah. I couldn't pass it up, man.
Well, he looked extra young too.
Right?
Val Zod looking like, mid-30s, badass looking.
Nope. It was early days Val Zod. Yeah.
Yeah, he 19 and a half on that one.
That's it for me.
All right. Al, you got anything, brother?
I got 2 things I'm going to show. One of them I'm going to send back. Seriously, man. I collect pops and stuff, and I ordered this from Amazon.
Oh,
the box beat up. I had T-bars and chili. See right there.
That was that was the Andre Rison variant.
Hey, bro, come on, man.
Oh,
Why you had to be like that, dog? But yeah, she ain't got a jersey on, but and she ain't got no matches in her hand. But anyway,
left out with the burning house accessory.
Yeah, so they do a pop mention and it'll be on fire. That'll be funny. But yeah, I got chili and T-bars a while back, and I had got her, so I figured I'd get her. But the box so beat up, I'm gonna send it back. And then I got this right here.
Oh, he ready.
Pro fighting stick.
Getting ready for Street Fighter.
Pro fighting stick.
Yeah. So that came today. But yeah, I've been testing out that demo, Street Fighter 6 demo, and it's perfect. It's a beautiful controller, man. But it ain't cheap.
So we say it was a little expensive.
It was a little expensive, but it actually, you can play Tekken, Guilty Gear, like pretty much all the fighting games on the PS4, PS5. So it'll get his work out. But that's all I got.
All right, so no books from me and Sean.
What?
Zero. Zilch.
Oh yeah, you did say you were gonna
I'm waiting Heroes card.
Yeah.
Heroes Con, waiting the Heroes
Hey
Con.
y'all, when watch this now. When Matt go to Hero Con, watch him do like that last video you did was like an hour long.
They just be out with both Hero Con. I hadn't been to a comic book store. This is the first time I had been to a comic book store in over a month.
So when Hero Con, after he come back, he gonna have to do a 3-hour video, and he gonna put like a 15-minute intermission in between it. And we're gonna be running ads, and we ain't even eligible to run ads on the video.
We're gonna run ads with Black Eyed Peas.
Yo,
Dixieland Black Eyed Peas. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe button before y'all head out. Puff, what you got going up? What y'all doing next Friday?
Christopher Walken, baby, the King of New York.
Oh man,
Classic.
Yep.
Classic.
Jump, baby. And then after that, yesterday was the Comic Collector Club. Man, I fell asleep on that. I couldn't stay up for that. But it's been a while since you've been on. He moved it to 9 o'clock.
Okay, he moved it up or back?
Back 9 o'clock, 9 p.m.
9 on a Friday is rough for me.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Plus NBA. Plus we got NBA playoffs too. So, I'm watching. Late show.
Yeah, my Knicks got eliminated.
Unfortunately.
Brunson, great. We need to get rid of fucking Randall.
Yeah. You see why we got rid of it? Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, what you got coming up with Outcast?
We got tomorrow we'll be doing live unboxing over on Facebook, probably across on Instagram, and probably at least 4 new episodes of the podcast coming out next week.
Okay.
Dropping. Got a bunch of stuff I've been working on and putting together. I've had some extra time, so I've been actually working on content.
Yeah, we gotta get that haul video for over here on the channel, man.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow too. So I'll get that over to you.
Yeah,
knock that out.
We get the haul videos up and we get that rolling. All right, man. Well, with that, I want to say thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We're gonna be on our little break here. When we come back, Street Fighter 6 will be released, so we will have first-hand accounts and review for you, and hopefully we'll have some new news. And if not, we'll make it happen either way it goes. So, thank y'all. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day,
y'all.
Yep. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We are out. Peace.